So I'm going to go through really quickly how to make it so that your avatar in your little menu, preview pose, whatever, it could do whatever you want. So it could do something like this, or I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably have it do a dance or something. Doesn't really matter, whatever you want essentially. Um, Versus, the default standing. Just to give your avatar a little more like pop and flair and fancy, something you like. Um, to go through this really quickly, you're going to need to either, there's a couple already existing controllers you could download that do this, have this feature. There's like the White Cats locomotion, there's GoGo locomotion, and then there's also one that I threw together really quickly. The other ones have a lot more functionality than what I put out, but the thing is, if you have full body or something, the use case for those is pretty negligible, which is why I don't even use them. So I just threw one together myself because it's super easy to do. Um, and I don't really want to bother with using their stuff if it's not really benefiting me or giving me anything that I could use. Essentially in the description of the video there's going to be a link to my booth page, and you're going to want to find this one locomotion layer add-on. Just click it and then download. It's free. Alternatively, if you don't already have poses like for your avatar to do, then there's also this here, your VRChat animation poses. It's also free download, free download. This is even more poses, although it's paid. Look at it if you want, it doesn't matter. Um, Once you have those installed, downloaded, then you could go ahead and close that, extract them from the zip, put them on your desktop, and then import the Unity packages. Once those are imported, it's going to create a folder called that fat kid stuff, and look for it and open it. Inside here, you're going to have another folder called preview controller, and here there's going to be one space layer, space lock controller, and an animation that does absolutely nothing. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and click your avatar in the hierarchy, and in your avatar descriptor, you're going to want to go ahead and find base, right? So default locomotion. You're going to click that, and then it'll say none, blah, 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 blah. You want to take the base layer controller, and you want to just drag it into there. Once that's done, you want to click the base layer, and you want to go into your animator tab. If you don't have this, then click on window up here at the top, go to animation, and then animator, and then the window will pop up. Once that's done, you want to go ahead and click this orange pose here, and it'll have a motion in it. You want to go ahead and change this motion to whatever pose you want. Um, yeah, so if you download the pack that I have, the free one, or even the paid one, when you'll have another folder in that fat kid stuff that has all the poses. When you click on one of them, it'll usually pop up with a preview like this. You could see what the animations look like. And sometimes it might be like this. If it is like this and you can't see it, then all the way at the bottom, just drag it up, and it should have like the default Unity UI doing an animation. If you want to see what your avatar looks like, you want to go ahead and click and hold your avatar in your hierarchy, and then drag it all the way over to the preview, and then you can see everything. And then if you click it and you use your uh, side keys, or what, I don't know what they're called, arrow keys, then you could go through all the animations and see what they look like on your avatar. Once you find the one you like, just go ahead and stick that animation into the motion tab in the preview pose state, the orange one. And then after that, that's it. You're done. You are done. You shouldn't have to worry about anything else, and once you upload your avatar, it should be fine. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Although if you want to go a couple extra steps, I'm going to go through a couple little extra things you could do if you want to really, because there might be some issues with some of these animations. You might find that you might find like some clipping or something, or there's actually going to be another issue too that I'm going to address that some people have. And so I'm going to go through the clipping one first. And so with an animation like this, with some of them like this, they're tailored more so to the avatar that they were made on. Right? So your avatar is not going to be my avatar. Now it's going to have the same pose, but because all the proportions are off, you might find that your avatar ends up clipping or something. Especially when different body parts start touching each other. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you an example if I could find it. Okay, this one will work. Left arm. Okay, so we're going to make a scenario where nope, no, it's the left hand. Oh no. Arm. arm. Okay, good enough arm. The right arm. We're gonna have a scenario where we find that the right arm is up too high, right? It's clipping through the other arm. We don't want this. So what you want to do is you want to kind of identify what part of the body is clipping, right? So I move the right arm, so it's going to be the right arm. Uh, so I'm going to find the right arm, and you see a right arm down up, right arm front back, right arm twist in and out, blah, 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 blah. And essentially you go to the left of these values, and you start dragging around, you notice that the arm will move, right? And you're pretty much just going to want to keep dragging left and right until you get the desired place you want. So we'll say this is good enough. I know it's not exactly perfect, but we'll call it good enough, right? It'll be better than what it was before when it was like this arm was all the way out in the front. Once you do that, what you want to do is you want to go scroll all the way up in the animation tab. If you don't have this tab, window, animation, animation, you want to click the very first keyframe, the very top little diamond. You want to press Control C. You want to go ahead and delete this second key. You want to, at the very top, it's kind of like a bluish, dark bluish color, whatever. You want to go and click 0.00 semicolon, whatever, 1. And you'll see this little line move over. From here, you want to press Control V, and it's going to copy all the stuff you had on this very first frame into the second frame, and then that'll fix the animation for you, and you're done there. And you go ahead and upload that. I'm going to Control Z like all of that because it breaks my stuff, right? Another issue you might have is that when you load into an avatar, we'll do this one for example, because I know this one's kind of brokey with it. Right, you load into the avatar, it looks fine initially. When you go back into the avatar menu, it has a bunch of fucking gunk on it, right? There is a bunch of stuff, like almost everything you have, like any toggles, extra outfits, and things like that you'll find are on your avatar. If you want to fix it so that when you know, go into your menu, again, like this, so it looks normal, it looks fine, but you still have all the toggles and whatever, broken, whatever, but all the toggles and stuff. Right, so the preview looks normal. What you're going to want to do is you want to find all of the pieces of clothing that you're not using, right, that you don't want to see in the preview, and you want to disable the mesh render. So skin mesh render or mesh renderer, make sure it's disabled. Okay, by default it might be enabled. I want to disable it. Skin mesh render, disabled. Mesh render, disable it. Disable everything you don't want to be in the preview with the mesh render. And then what you're going to want to do after that is you want to create another animation. Create, call it blah, 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 blah. Then record. You want to go over to everything that you don't want to see, right? I don't want to see this, 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 this, or this. Oh, whoops, doesn't work like that. Okay, hold up. Let's fix this, let's fix this, let's fix this. There we go. We'll just, right? When you want to see it again, when you fix it, you want to enable it in the animation. Go to the next stuff, enable. These guys, enable. This guy, enable. And that's it. Go ahead, press Control C, and then click on the very first frame, copy it over to the second frame. And then from this point forward, you want to go ahead into your FX layer. Boom, boom, boom. You want to create a new layer, blah, 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 blah. Set the weight to 1. And literally this is all you do. You just stick that animation in the layer, and you're done. That's it. And then once you load into your avatar, and then look into your menu again, it'll be fine. You won't have all that gunk that you see like in this one. Same thing for like if you have animations on your avatars, right? If you have eye rapey animations, then you go into your avatar again, it loads, bam, right? Mind fucks your face up. It's awful. But if you do that same process, you disable skin mesh renderers, and then have an animation that re-enables them once you load into the avatar, you'll be good to go. Yeah, that's pretty much it.